Hey everybody, it's Moksha here with another exciting art video, and in this demo I'm going to show you how you can get a perfectly mirrored drawing, a symmetrical drawing that is, on your board or canvas. So the first step is to draw our center line on the canvas or board. You can measure and then draw the line up the middle. And then I'm just gonna start drawing my design on only half of the canvas, and you kind of just have to imagine it mirroring. You can cheat a little bit and kind of ghost some lines in on the other side of the center line if you want to see what it looks like. But I trust that it's going to work out, and so I'm just drawing on one half. There's the finished design I've chosen. I jumped forward there a little bit to save you the time of watching me draw the whole thing out. Hopefully you can see on the canvas the lines are pretty clear, I think. Nice mix of straight lines and some curvies. I think this will look pretty good mirrored. So the next step now is to take a regular sheet of tracing paper and tape that down on the board so it's lined up nice and clean. I used packing tape. I would not recommend using packing tape. So now I'm going to start tracing the drawing I did on the canvas. And there you have it. I've jumped forward again to save you the time of watching me draw the whole thing over again. And when you're sure you have it right, take it off. And what we're going to do is just flip it around, and because it's tracing paper we can see through, and presto, our drawing is reversed perfectly, and we just want to align it with the first half of the drawing that's on the canvas. So you can see your center line. Once you get it aligned just right, tape it down, and you can see it kind of through the paper. It looks pretty good. Next thing we're going to do is take some carbon transfer paper. This can also be done, I know you might be familiar with people using graphite and rubbing the back of their drawing with graphite. It's sort of a free way of transferring images, but I prefer carbon paper because it's clean and ready to go, and I like the result. So now that I have the carbon paper behind my tracing paper, yes, you can tell probably I can't see my lines anymore. They were too faint, and now the black background makes it pretty much impossible to see the lines. So I could have done that heavier with pencil, but what I've done here is just redrawn the whole thing in ink, and this is especially useful for this demo because you can clearly see it. So the next phase, I'll just take a regular pencil and I'll redraw the whole thing again. Flip it up and check it. Before you take the paper off, you can make sure you didn't miss any lines. And so there's just the carbon line, and in a minute I will show you a cleaned up version where I've gone back and I've darkened it with pencil so you can see better. And it looks pretty good, I think. There you go. You know, it's like I said, it depends on how complicated your drawing is, but this didn't take very long to get a nice, perfectly mirrored drawing. And now in the next phase, I'll get to start painting it. But that's the end of this demo. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.